What's going on, guys? We are back with another video. And guess what? I missed 3 chapters of Eleceed. I missed chapters 328, 329, and 330. Yes, they were not the most exciting and thrilling, but we ain't even gonna get into all that. Starting with chapter 328, our boy JIWOO, he's finna be going against Duke Grain. Y'all remember Duke? Lost twice to our boy in the Awakeners Academy? Yeah, I remember Duke. So, during this little breakdown, what I really want to get into is this training arc, because this really is JIWOO's training arc. Hold on, y'all. Let me light up. Let me get my mind right. Alright, so I can articulate myself better. Alright, now y'all remember Duke Grain? He lost twice to JIWOO at the Awakeners Academy. That's facts. So during chapter 328, it was mainly a breakdown of how the fight's gonna go, where's it gonna take place, and what Frame's intentions are heading into the match, right? Right. So Royce would train Duke. Now remember Royce, he a top 50, and he's a disciple of Frame. So we ain't gotta worry about him. He was smooth last time we came there. Last time JIWOO visited and he beat up all they fucking rookies and shit, yeah. So we're pretty much good. We valid in that bitch. JIWOO and Pluton, they continue their training. And now you know, man, Pluton been putting the work on JIWOO. Like, I'm talking about endurance training. So he's constantly breaking his bones. He's constantly shattering something. He's really hurting JIWOO bad. But thanks to the recovery, the force recovery that I believe his name is Curtin taught him. So JIWOO's getting somewhere. After it's 328. Let's keep it a buck. JIWOO feels like it's a wall preventing his progress right now. And I really feel like that's him doubting himself. You know what I mean? Because, like, let's think about it. He's trying to follow in Caden's footsteps, and he's trying to take on all the disciples of the top 10. So basically, I'm gonna fight the same people my master fighting. Like, that's it, that's all. And I love that. And I feel like he has doubts that are seeping into his mind and affecting his confidence. I ain't go front, but let's go ahead and move on ahead. Wait, why is Gastella here? Yeah, I just thought about that. At the end of the chapter, we see Gastella. She just sitting there on the steps watching and shit. She wasn't there all day. She wasn't there during the training. But you know what? I like Gastella. Because let's keep it a buck. I feel like she's best girl at this point. If they give her a transformation, she has to be like some kind of nine-tailed fox or some shit. She has to be a white nine-tailed fox with a little bit of red at the tip of her tail. Let's go ahead and move on to chapter 329. The location is going to be at Frame's base. It's a 1v1 fight. The fight can't be public because Duke is a rat. Basically, y'all remember, because he did a lot of rat shit at the World Awakens Academy, and he lost to JIWOO twice. So his reputation is really fucking hurt right now. He really ain't got no clout. He really trying to get some clout back, but he ain't gonna get it. Now, as we go on later in the chapter, JIWOO couldn't fight. JIWOO didn't want to fight because he felt like there were gonna be dirty tactics employed. On top of that, at Frame's base, there are two top 10s who lived there. But our girl Gastella comes in. Remember Gastella from last chapter? She was at the end of last chapter. She comes in and she offers her aid. Because remember, Caden is hurt. So if Caden's at, like, let's say 50%, and Pluton and Curtin, with Curtin being the top 100 and Pluton being, let's say, top 50, top 75, they can't really click up and bump with the top ranks right now. So with Gastella coming, she's also a top 10. So now they got Caden, Gastella, and they got Pluton and Curtin. So it's pretty cracking. But during the end of the chapter, there was a little bit of something that made me think. Pluton is foreshadowing Caden's death. Because at the end of the chapter, he does say, and I repeat, if things get sticky, we can just throw Caden in, and then we can take JIWOO and run away. Come on now. Open your eyes, open your eyes. Foreshadowing. I'm trying to put y'all on game. Now we got another thing. A potential power up for our boy JIWOO during this training arc. Emission based skills. So basically, the advantage of an emission based skill is long range attacks. The downside is significant power loss. The farther you are, the more power is used. Let's be honest. Since it's his first time using it, obviously, JIWOO epically fails. Oh, also, and by this point, we're at chapter 330. So by this point, we're halfway through the chapter. JIWOO is training his new emission-based skill, trying to master it. Because basically, it's like a Kamehameha wave that Kaden taught him. Use your power and spew it out in a long-range sense. Like condense it, spit it out. Understood? So, JIWOO fails at it. 15 days go by, still no new technique. JIWOO comes up from the basement. He says, look, I'm going to just focus on my endurance training, because trying to learn a new skill and then implementing it in the battle would be a hindrance to me at this point. So they're like, alright, cool, we can focus on your endurance training. JIWOO and Pluton continue their fight. So as they're continuing their fight, Pluton's being a little rough. You know what I mean? Y'all know the last few chapters during their endurance training, Pluton has literally broken JIWOO's bones. It really hurt him. So with the first few punches, he sends JIWOO flying. As he sends JIWOO flying, JIWOO gets that fighting spirit in him and a spark of rage, and then he tries the emission-based skill that Kaden taught him. But instead of shooting it like electricity, JIWOO kind of like punches it. Like, I don't even know how to say this. Like, let's say somebody threw a fastball, and that's basically what it looks like. JIWOO is throwing a fastball, but with a punch. I'm kind of curious at how he's going to use it, because the way it's displayed on Pluton probably has the highest defense out of all three. Curtin, Gastella, and Curtin. Like, he probably has the highest defense out of all three. Let's be honest. That's his whole thing. So, what I'm looking forward to, mainly, is seeing what's next for JIWOO. That's the main objective. At the end of 330, going into 331, what is next for JIWOO? What is he gonna do with this new power? Because it looks like, to me, he is now able to produce an electrical ball and punch it at a very high speed. And that's kind of fire, because I was talking to my homie earlier, and I said, what if he used the emission-based skill, but instead of applying it in a long-range attack for your hands, using it on your feet to propel yourself? You know what? I'm getting too deep into it. More or less, that was chapter 328 all the way to 330. I'm sorry, it was the holidays, guys. I'm very behind. I'm trying to catch up. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be dynamic, nigga.